Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Kingfish Simple. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the top 7 centerpiece fish for your aquarium. Now this is going to be a list aimed at community aquariums that just need a little bit of a lift up, and I'm going to give you guys 7 really good fish that you guys can put in with a bunch of common community fish to create this centerpiece in your aquarium. So if you're new to the channel, I make keep some aquarium related informational videos as well as a couple little entertaining ones. So if you're into that stuff, please consider subscribing. And without any further ado, let's get started. So at number 7 on the list is the APISTOGRAMMA. So the APISTOGRAMMA is a dwarf cichlid from South America, and it is a relatively aggressive fish, but is still a very good centerpiece fish for your aquarium. So there's a bunch of different types you can get. Obviously, I keep the cacatoides, and I believe that this would be the best centerpiece fish for your aquarium. Now you guys can keep them just a male, which is the most beautiful thing that you can get, or you can get a male and a female. It's up to you, but they will probably be a little bit more aggressive towards each other when they are a male and a female because they're going to try and breed. These guys will eat shrimp. So if you guys are looking for something that'll keep the population down, these are your guys. They can be a little bit more aggressive, but nonetheless they create a stunning display. So if you've got something like Danios in your aquarium or some tetras and you're looking to add something that's a bit cool, these are definitely your pick because you can get a whole bunch of different types. There's the Agassizii that you can get, there's Morellis, there's a bunch of different types of cacatoides that you can get, there's double reds and all that kind of stuff. Literally the list goes on and on. So number 6 on the list is the angelfish. So the angelfish is quite a large fish. It's actually a cichlid, and this is going to be something that you guys are probably going to talk about a lot in the comment section. That's for a few reasons. So angelfish are known to be a little bit more territorial and aggressive when they're kept in groups. What I recommend to you guys is to keep your angelfish as a solo angelfish. So this will be a more peaceful fish. It won't get too big. It'll be able to fit in a 30-gallon aquarium or a 20-gallon aquarium, and it is one of those fish that's just because it has that shape is so attractive. So they aren't going to be that aggressive. They're very, very peaceful when they're by themselves. They are known to eat cherry shrimp and all that kind of stuff, and they will probably eat things like endlers and all that kind of stuff. So you want to keep them with kind of larger, medium-sized fish. So Danios, some bigger tetras. I wouldn't keep them with neon tetras, so they can probably eat them, but they are a really good centerpiece fish for your aquarium. So if you've got CORYDORAS and stuff like I've got in this back aquarium here, they're a great fit, especially if you just want to keep one. And yeah, so the next fish on this list is another dwarf cichlid, and we're going to be talking about the rams. So when I talk about rams, I'm talking about Bolivian rams and German blue rams. So you can keep these guys as solos or as pairs, it's up to you. They're a little less aggressive than the APISTOGRAMMA. I've kept German blue rams in the past. They're a little bit more sensitive, but they are such a beautiful fish. It's not even funny, like they look so good, and they have this amazing color. So the reason these guys are good, first of all, just because of the colors. They've got great personality. They are known to eat shrimp and all that kind of stuff, but they create just a beautiful centerpiece. So these are fish that will stay generally around the bottom to the mid of the aquarium. They won't go up too high, and they will be lurking around and creating all this kind of commotion in the aquarium. So if you want a fish that looks like the German blue rams do and the Bolivian rams do, these are your guys. So I forgot to mention that these guys do stay very small. They stay under about 4 inches. So if you're looking for fish that stay under about that size, the APISTOGRAMMAs and these guys are both great. So the next fish on the list is the betta. So the betta is a great fish for a centerpiece fish, and this is for a few reasons too. So the bettas come in a million different colors that you can get. It's like not even funny how many different styles you can get. The reason they are such a good centerpiece fish is because of their display. So they stay small. They have normally longer fins, so you don't want to keep them with stuff that kind of moves around really quick and would be attracted to nip at those fins. So we're talking stuff like Danios and barbs and all that kind of stuff. But if you want something to keep with your guppies, these are a legendary fish. You don't want to keep them in groups, you want to keep them in solos because they are known to be aggressive when they breed towards each other. So you either want to get a sorority, which is a group of females, or you want to get a single male. So the betta is a great centerpiece fish that you guys should try out. I haven't kept bettas yet. I'm looking to keep them in the future, but they're a great centerpiece fish. So next up is the gouramis. So we're talking definitely not just the general gourami, we're talking dwarf gouramis, but more specifically we're talking the honey gourami. So the honey gourami is a great fish. It stays under 4 inches, and it is something that is so different to anything else that you'll see in an aquarium. It's kind of like the angelfish, but it's kind of like a dwarf cichlid. If they both had a baby together, it'd probably look like this. It's got these awesome honey colors on it. It's got a great personality. It takes all the same foods as all the other fish in your aquarium. It's not an aggressive fish at all. You can keep them in groups. So that's probably one of my favorite ones that you guys can keep. I'm super attracted to these guys, and you can also get the dwarf gouramis and all that kind of stuff, but the honey gourami is a killer. So the next 2 fish on this list are kind of interesting. I don't know whether you guys would consider these centerpiece fish, but I definitely do because they run around the aquarium and they look different. So we're talking about the CORYDORAS. Now the CORYDORAS are a centerpiece fish in my opinion because of the way they look. So because they look so different and because they stay around the bottom of the aquarium, they do attract a keen eye. So they're a lower dwelling fish. They eat all the foods that fall to the bottom of the aquarium. They sift through the sand, they're bottom feeders, and they're not crazy hard to breed. You guys can try and breed them. In my opinion, they're a great centerpiece fish. So if you've got an aquarium with guppies, or you've got bristlenose and stuff like that in there, even cherry shrimp, these guys are a great addition if you're looking for just that something extra to add, because they go around the bottom. They're very peaceful fish. They don't go bigger than 3 inches, so they're a great centerpiece fish for you guys to try out. And then the last fish on my list is a very interesting one, and this is the paradise fish. So the paradise fish is one of the hardiest kinds of fish that you can get. It's definitely a centerpiece fish, and this is for a lot of reasons. So it's kind of like a betta. You can keep it in bowls, you can keep it in cold water. I wouldn't recommend keeping them in bowls, by the way. I think all fish should be kept in at least 10 gallons. But these guys are super easy to keep. The thing is, a lot of stores don't actually supply these. I haven't seen them that frequently around in chain pet stores. I've seen them a lot of the times in my local fish store. I don't know if that's the same for everyone around the world. But these guys have an awesome display. Get all different kinds of styles. They stay under about 4 inches as well. They stay in the mid to low areas of the tank. They don't need a heater, so that's another pro. You can keep them pretty much all kinds of fish because they are so peaceful. So interesting fish to try out. I haven't kept them before because I'm not that interested in keeping them. If you guys are looking for that centerpiece little trophy fish in there, this is definitely one you should try out. So that was the list of fish. I hope you guys learned something today. I hope you guys got some ideas, and I'll see you in the next video.